What is up, my crafty friends? Welcome back to Mama Dares to DIY. My name is Carrie, and I'm going to show you how you can lay your very own paver border today. I've already laid the border up here by my house. Now we're going to work on the one out by the road.
This is a super easy project that requires no mortar mixing.
Before we get started, I need to say a big thank you to Skillshare for sponsoring today's video.
I love this online learning community, not only because it's ad-free, but because there are so many different classes to choose from. Whether you want to learn watercolor or if you want to learn photography, you can find something just to fit your needs. I myself just signed up for this really cool watercolor class called Watercolor in the Woods. It's put on by a lady called Rosalie Hazlett. She is an amazing teacher, and she's going to walk you step by step through exactly what you need to do to complete this course. I'm going to be using the inspiration from my flower beds. I'm not going to be using the woods, but I think it's still going to turn out just as cool. If you want to take this class with me, then you're in luck, because the first 1,000 people to use the link in my description box or my code will get a free 1-month trial of Skillshare, so you can start exploring your creativity today.
That's enough talking, y'all. Let's get our hands dirty and get this paver border laid.
Okay, let's take a look at what we're going to need to do our project. I'm going to use some leftover pavers. I'm using some Paver Base that I picked up at the hardware store. Also got some Quikrete sand topping mix, a rubber mallet, some duct tape, and a water hose that has a misting option. Note that not all Paver Base is the same. The one that I got from Home Depot was much chunkier than the one that I got from Lowe's. You will want to go ahead and lay your pavers out just to make sure that you've got enough and you've got all of them in the right size and the shape that you need, especially if you're going to be doing any curved edges like I am here. Just a little quick note, there were absolutely no lizards harmed in the making of this video. I relocated this little guy to a safe space before I got started. Once you get your shape laid out and you like how it looks, just move your blocks out of the way. You want to keep them in the order though, because you don't want them to get mixed up. Level the ground just a little bit with a hand shovel and then grab some of your paver base. I used between 1 inch and 1.5 inches worth of base. I just used my hand to kind of level it out with the ground, but if you really want it to be super perfect, you can grab just a little level just to make sure that it is. Next, I'm going to grab in my rubber mallet, and I'm going to tamp it down. If you have a side that needs to go up or down more, just put more paver base or take some of that paver base away. We're going to repeat this process until we go all the way around our bed. And this is what it looks like. It's a huge improvement already, but wait until we put on the finishing touches. I know from this angle it really looks like there's huge gaps, especially in between the curved parts, but have no fear, because that's where our handy dandy duct tape comes into play. Okay, so we're going to grab our duct tape and just pull off some pieces. We're going to put the tape over all of the seams on the front and the back side of the pavers. Be sure to go all the way around, and you may have to double up depending on how thick your pavers are. Next, we're going to grab our sand topping mix and just use your hand and sweep in that sand topping mix into the gaps. Next, grab your rubber mallet and you want to gently tap on each paver. This is just going to help settle the sand topping mix. If you need to, you can definitely add a little bit more to make sure that it's on the top. Once you get that done, you want to grab your water hose and just gently mist over the top to set the sand topping mix. You don't want to flood it. The very last thing I'm going to do is to create a dam on the back side of my pavers. This is totally optional and it may not be entirely necessary, but I know I'm going to have my cats walking on these pavers and I don't want them to move. Don't forget, before you make the dam, to take off the tape on the back side of your pavers. I'm using the same sand topping mix we did before in the previous steps. We're going to do just like we did before and mist it all down. And this is what it looks like when everything is misted down. Again, the dam on the back side is completely optional, but I think it just makes me feel a little bit better knowing that it's not going to go anywhere. All that's left to do is to get the beds put back together. I'm going to fluff up my plants a little bit and get some more rocks, and we are good to go. Y'all, doesn't it look amazing? You would never know that this was not a professionally laid border. Look how great the gaps look. Even though they're large gaps, it all blends in and it looks fantastic, don't you think?
that does it for today's video, y'all. If you enjoyed it, be sure to give it a big thumbs up because that would mean the world to me. And if you're not already subscribed to my channel, consider hitting that subscribe button. And don't forget to turn on all those notifications if you don't want to miss anything I've got coming your way. Until next time, happy DIYing, y'all.